Let's make 3D anamorphic chalk art together. This is a great way to make immersive art that's fun for people to interact with. The first thing you're going to do is set up your image size. This will be based on the size of the space you have available. For the purposes of my artwork, I had a 10 by 10 foot space to start off. That's relatively small for 3D art, so you may need to make some adjustments for yourself. I opened up a new project in Photoshop and I made it the size that I want. So for 10 foot by 10 foot, I actually convert it down to inches, which is 3000 by 3000 pixels. Then make another new project and make this one 10% of the size of your other one. Disregard mine being half, it should be 10%. So since my size was 3000 pixels, I'm making it 300 pixels. Then go to select all and edit the stroke. Select any color you want and make the width around 2 to 3 pixels, then click OK to get back to your document. I'm using about 3 pixels in my example. Then go to select and deselect everything and then edit define pattern. Give this pattern any name you want it and select OK. Repeat these steps a second time to create a second grid in a different color. You don't have to do this step, but I liked it because it helps differentiate the colors when we get to the next step. You can close out of the screen, you don't have to save it, or you can just leave it and go back to your other document with the larger pixel size. Back in your main document, make 2 new layers and select one of the layers and go to edit, fill, and a pop-up box will pop up. Make sure your contents is set to pattern, then under options, find custom pattern and select one of the 2 you just made. These should be on the far right side. Press OK when you're done. I like to rename this layer and either use pink, or if this is the one I'm going to use angled, I might name it angled. Repeat these steps for your second layer if you made one using the other pattern color that you chose, and rename the layer for that one as well. Next, we're going to set up your 3D template. So choose one of your colored layers and go to edit, transform, distort. Grab the bounding box, that's the square box in the middle, and drag it down so it's about 1/3 from the bottom of the document or 2/3 down from the top. Next, go to edit, transform, and perspective, and then click and drag either the left or right bounding box horizontally towards the center of the page. So it's about 1/3 inside from the edge. Click on any tool outside of there to apply it. Now you can save this file as a template if you want, so you can save yourself all these steps in the future. Next, you're going to place your image. So go to File, Place, select the image you want to use. I'm using my Spider-Man. And then you're going to move it and resize it at the bottom so the picture touches the bottom of the document page and the entire picture is inside that angled grid. For me, sometimes it helped to hide my other layers so I could more easily see where the bounds of my distorted grid were. Once you have it placed, click any tool and then press place. Then we're going to distort our image. So select both our angled layer and the picture layer. Go to Edit, Transform, Distort. Now click the middle bounding box at the top again and move it up to the top of the page. Then go to Edit, Transform, Perspective and click either the left or right bounding box and move it outwards until the previously angled grid lines up with your ordinary looking grid. Now we're going to finalize our design for prep, so you can hide your grid layers to vanish them and either save or print your picture. I prefer to put mine into a Word document so I can easily print it out from my printer without having to adjust formatting or anything. If I want to leave the grids in place, usually I always have a grid in place even as a backup. I'll either save a copy of the image file with the grids, or I'll take a screen capture of the image with the grids and put it into my Word document as well. From this point, you can either make your stencil or use your grid and the grid method to draw everything out on site, and then you get to color it in and enjoy everyone's reactions and educating them a little bit on how to use it, because not everyone is familiar with 3D anamorphic art, and it's really exciting to see their reactions with the art and how they can have fun with it. So I hope you give it a try. Let me know if you have any questions or get stuck anywhere, and tag me if you try this.